welcome to our second video for questions and answers. So this is linked to the first one, which we put out the other day, and that one was about adoption, a major story. So if you've not seen that, then go and check that out because that's really interesting. But this one is questions for Major. So we put a post a while ago seeing what questions you wanted to know and what answers you wanted to have. So this is just the second part, all about Major, and yeah, we hope you enjoy. So we don't have any other pets. Major's our only pet. He has lived with a cat that we were told. So he's really good with any other animal. We see lots of puppies when we're out, and lots of other dogs, obviously, and never had any problems. So we think he would actually be fine if we wanted to get another pet. But at the moment, you know, we want to give him all our love. Major turns 6 on the 8th of March. We got him when he was 5, but only just. So yeah, he's 6 now and had a really lovely birthday. All his fans on Instagram sent him presents on his Amazon wish list, and we spent the day celebrating and opening presents, and we made him a doggy birthday cake, and he had an absolute blast. Even if he's sleepy now, doesn't look like it. He had such a good day. So Major's got loads of friends. He loves stuffed animals. He doesn't really engage with any other toys unless they're food related. But his absolute favourite is this little guy who we call Milo. He's not actually a dog toy, but he's perfectly safe. He's obviously a little, well, we called him a Malamute. He's meant to be a husky, but yeah, as soon as we gave Major him, it was really funny. He had such a strong reaction, and he'll often go and play with Minor if he can. He's had a few washes and survived really well because he's been a little bit mucky over the time, hasn't he, Mage? So Major likes all things food related. So this is actually one of his birthday presents he got from an Instagram follower. And this we put kibble inside, and I stuff it full of kibble, and then as he plays with it, it comes out the sides and the bottom. Honestly, he just could have hours of fun with that. It's really good on the grass because it acts like a snuffle mat, which is where obviously it drops into the grass, and if it's got any length on it, then he has to sort of dig around and find the kibble that's fallen out, and it doesn't fall out every time, so he does have to play with it quite a bit. So I'll put in a couple of videos of this, and then also we've got a blue ball that we put peanut butter in, and it's kind of got like teeth, so we use that, and he absolutely loves that. Generally that one's one we use more when we're home, and then this kibble one we give him quite often when we go out, so he knows it's like a treat he'll get, and he thinks he's getting treats, but really it's just like his daily kibble. If we split his daily kibble, he could have a few of these, so we take some out of his daily amount and have those. Yeah, even though you think it's a treat, don't you? It's actually kibble. So, favourite food, Major is a massive foodie. Absolutely loves all food, really. I think we've only ever found 2 things he doesn't like. He wasn't a fan of bananas, and he's not a particular fan of strawberries. Oh, and celery he spits back out. I tried to give him celery with peanut butter on, and he licked the peanut butter off and spat the celery out. But other than that, he is a huge foodie. He absolutely loves ice cream. He loves anything chicken nuggets. He loves things that crunch. It's like pork scratchings, crisps, obviously any meat. Absolutely loves cheese. But his biggest really is that he absolutely loves ice cream. The first time I had ice cream around him, he went absolutely mental for it. Obviously all this stuff's human, so it's given in really tiny portions infrequently. But he gets carrots a lot, particularly off your grandma, don't you? Carrot lady. Through your special window. So things like carrots he's absolutely fine to have at any point. It's just obviously things that are either sugary or rich, we give him less, so he doesn't put on weight. Plus it's better to give him nutritious food, but on occasions he does get little treats like ice cream, which you absolutely love, don't you? Yeah. So favourites treats wise, there's a range. So I've talked in the past on his grooming video about, maybe it was his grooming video, I think it was his grooming video, about sort of high value, low value, and different treats. So these are the main ones when we're walking. No, wait. I'm definitely not in any way endorsed by Pedigree. They don't sponsor us or anything, but these are what we get for Major. So what I would call a sort of lower value treat is these little minis. They're really low calorie and they're just like general treats. Yeah, I know. Middle, I would say schmackos. Ay, cheeky. And they're like these sticks that I break up. Got a schmacko? Yeah, I know. Major, sit. Major, oi. Major, what's this? Right, sit. So that's these, and I break them into really small amounts. So he thinks, one sec, thinks he's getting loads of treats, but really it's absolutely tiny, because he's a massive foodie. And then, yeah, so that's our middle value. And then sort of high value, I do ones with more meat. So it could be things like plain chicken. He loves like the dried meats you can get. Just gonna stare at them. Yeah, so he loves like dried meats. He loves anything of that ilk, but they're normally quite expensive. So these are more like the general ones he gets every day. So these are examples of what I do with the schmackos. So they actually go down into really small pieces. And then on walks, he thinks he's getting loads, but really it's just one treat. So the other treats we give him, so we've got ones that we use for specific things. So when we're in like a pub garden or we're eating out, he gets really excited, and we found that he just woos and chats to everyone the whole time. So to help him chill out, we give him either like a stuffed bone, although make sure that bone's not cooked because it could splinter. We found some really good ones that he gets on with that he can't get through. Obviously we keep him watched when he does that. And the other thing is something like a stuffed hoof or a pig's ear. Again, not things we'd give him a lot, but he sometimes gets those sort of things when he's grooming as well, because it takes a bit longer to get through, and it just keeps him busy. The things he doesn't get, so he enjoys them all the more, whereas these sort of treats are ones he gets for his walks. I'm just gonna finish them. Thanks, Mage. Yeah, I know. So for sleeping, when we got Major, Dogs Trust recommended that we didn't bother buying a dog's bed because he wouldn't use it. And it's the same for a lot of Malamutes, is that they're warm. So particularly when it's warmer weather, they don't want to obviously be any warmer than they are, so they don't use a bed. However, we've tried him with like a bed outside that's got a shelter, which he didn't use. In the winter, he'll use a soft bed. We got him sometimes, but really his favourite place is on the bed. So when he came to us, he was obviously trained not to go onto the bed, which we were like, this is really good, but at the end of the day, we wanted to give him some love. So what we do is in the evening, when we go to bed, he hops on the bed, he has a cuddle, and then we kick him off just before we sleep. And then sometimes through the night he has a bit of a sneak back on. Yeah, don't think we don't know that. And then we'll get off again. Again, gets warm. Or in the summer, if we leave our door open, he'll sometimes go and sleep downstairs. I think because it's cooler. But he always comes and checks on us. You hear him in the night. He pads up, checks on us, and then goes back down. So yeah, he will sleep anywhere though. He's a very sleepy guy at home. He does chill out a lot and just has a snooze. And that's what he's happy doing, aren't you, Mage? Bit of a sleepy one. Well, look at that face. Could he be naughty? Yes, definitely. He is actually genuinely really, really good. He's very well behaved. He's never destroyed anything. Although when we first got him, obviously we were learning about things. The main thing we've had issue with is if he's off lead, he can't be around food. He wouldn't go and snatch food, but he's obviously quite big and intimidating. So then if people don't want him to have it and obviously don't say no firmly enough, he thinks, oh, it's fair game. Or if they start waving it around, then he doesn't kind of understand, he just gets confused. But he wouldn't steal it, it's not ideal. So obviously we don't want him to approach people with food. So if we know there's food around, or it's sort of lunchtime or whatever, or picnic weather, then we keep him on lead. And that just avoids any of that issue. The other thing is when he's anxious, so with the separation anxiety, he will sort of go looking for food, which he doesn't normally do, and he wouldn't if we were there, and we wouldn't if we were in the house or anything. And it's only since sort of the separation anxiety kicked up, since I was in hospital, that became an issue. But like I said before, we use this sort of thing now to leave, which we put kibble in. So because he's obviously not going to sleep like he used to, we put kibble in, and that takes his mind off the fact we're not there, and I imagine he just goes to sleep afterwards. I would like to say that Em actually asked this question, and I think that's very unfair. I think it depends for Major what he wants. Obviously, it's going to be Phil or Teddy. If he's feeling playful, then, he absolutely loves Teddy. But if he's feeling more like plodding along, having a sniff, then I would definitely say Phil. Phil's the original friend. And then Niko is like a hard-won friend, so she's very special too. But we couldn't ever pick a favourite, and as parents, we definitely would never pick a favourite because we love those like we love Major. They're really special to us too. So Life with Mals are looking for a new house, but we know they'll probably stay in area-ish, so absolutely. Even if they went really far away, we would still meet up sometimes. We've both got camper vans, and the dogs just get on so well that it would be, I'm not gonna lie, it would be a huge loss to us as friends and Major. We walk with them, every week, really. Sorry, Major, there's nothing in it. But it would be a huge loss. But if they don't go far away, then we'll still make a lot of effort, so that won't be a problem. But yes, we definitely will still see them. Mage, what's your relationship like with Niko? Well, actually okay now. At first it wasn't, but we knew when we met them that Niko wasn't necessarily friendly with other dogs. She's just a bit protective of her pack. So at first she was always on lead. But then sort of 3 to 4 months in, maybe, we realised that actually Major runs at conflict. He'll stand his ground a little bit, but he won't react. He just sort of stands there still and then runs away. And he keeps his distance from her. So I suggested that we could try her off lead when they were comfortable, because I was confident in that Major wouldn't get in a sort of an aggressive situation. And that's really, I think, the concern with having her off lead, because she can be so lovely. So in really controlled environments, we let them off. And yes, we still have times when Niko's on. We're very much in the way of judging our dogs when they get out. So if one of them's like super hyperactive or going crazy or whatever, we'll keep them on lead. It's not like they're always off lead or always on lead. We very much judge it on the circumstances. So one of the things we'd look at is how Major and Niko react. And it's not something we discuss, it's unspoken because we meet so often. But if Niko's snappy at the start, then that's it. She's going to be on the lead for quite a while. But now she's off more than she's on, so she normally starts on, and then when she's sort of chilled out a bit, May just had a bit of a run around, we let her off. And usually they're fine. If they snap, just put Niko on for a bit, and then Major keeps a really wide berth. But now they have started spending more time sort of close together, so they'll go up and sniff the same things, which when we first got them together was just unheard of. And generally, you know, they'll walk together sometimes. Niko's quite a mum's dog, so she sticks by Em anyway, whereas Major and Teddy and Phil are more kind of explorers, and they're happy to go and leave. Major likes me in sight, but he will go far still, whereas Niko actually stays closer, so it's not that they don't go running around, you know, far away together. It's more that that's just not naturally how they would be as dogs. So yeah, generally really good. She's definitely accepted him. She still, you know, likes to know her pack are safe. And we know, for example, if Teddy and Major play, she gets a bit antsy. She does want to join in, but she also gets a bit protective. So like we'd keep her on lead for something like that. So yeah, it's just really, we know how to read them now, and we know how they'll react, and we make sure we're in a safe environment for all our dogs. Major hasn't yet met Milo. Since we got Major, it's been locked down quite heavy in the UK, especially where we are. So we've not been allowed in gardens and houses. It's only kind of pretty recently that we've been allowed. But we do believe, like I said before, that he's lived with cats. And we've never seen him be aggressive around a cat or anything like that. So it's something we will definitely do. We've talked about. We'll just make sure, you know, they're both in a good space, etc., and see how they get on. So watch this space, and I'm sure there'll be a video of that when it comes up. I think that's the end of the questions for Major now. Again, if you've got any more questions, oops, sorry, my finger was in the way. If you've got any questions, just comment below. Feel free to ask them, and we'll answer them. Either we'll make a sort of another video, or we'll answer them in the comments. But yeah, we hope you've enjoyed that and found out a bit more about Major. He's such a good boy, he really is. And he does genuinely love life and spends most of the time smiling or doing this, which is when he's sort of starting to go to sleep. He just loves a bit of affection. Yeah, I'm not going to stop stroking you. He likes to hold paws. He likes to cuddle up to us and put his head on us, even when it's too hot. He'll do it for a bit and then he'll go away and he's panting. But he really does like the affection. I know, I'm doing it. So yeah, we hope you have a good day, and we will see you on Sunday with the questions for the parents, probably.